Hi, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Fatrisha Mohamed Yussof, your lecturer for GDT 159 Typography. Today, we are going to learn about Readibility and Legibility too. Let's go! At the end of the course, students should be able to first, recognize the current trend of typography available in various mediums. Second, demonstrate creativity and value typography as a source of inspiration in developing graphic and digital media works. Third, construct new typography ideas and invention based on implementation of typography knowledge. Topic 9 is about readability and legibility too. It comprises 3 subtopics. The first topic is typeface for body copy. The topic is about functions of lowercase and all caps. Next is about readability and legibility. The second subtopic is letter and word spacing. It is about leading, kerning, and tracking. It is also to learn about line length, alignment, and justification. The third subtopic is typeface reversal. It's about reverse type and light or heavy weights. Typeface for body copy. Functions of lowercase and all caps. Definitions of body copy. Most of the material we read is body copy. We read books, articles in magazines and newspapers, stories, contracts, and online pages every day. Right now, you are reading a body copy. The typeface used for body copy is called body type or a body face. As you can see in the layout, this is an example of body copy that represents body copy in a magazine. Usually, body copy in a magazine is tell about the content of the title of an article. Next is an example of body copy in advertisement. Body copy in advertisement usually tells audience about the product or call to action. Body copy in advertisement is shorter than body copy in a magazine. Next is a sample of body copy in a website. This is a homepage of a website. Okay, this is an example of body copy in a posters. Typecase. The manner in that letters are capitalized within a word or phrase is known as a typecase. While case relates to the capitalization of the letters, type refers to the typeface used to display the characters. Here is the example of typecase: A, B, C, and so on. Present case refers to the capitalization of the initial letter of each word except for the some minor words, including as articles and brief preposition. As you can see in the slide, title case means that the first letter of each word is capitalized. The example show here the T, C, M. The yellow color alphabet is the title case. Uppercase letters are used extensively for emphasis in body copy. Each word has all of the letters capitalized. The usage of all caps when sending messages online is often frowned upon by native because it is interpreted as screaming and could be impolite. For example, the yellow color emphasizes stop, meaning it's emphasizing. Lowercase. A lowercase is a typecase that often includes lowercase letters, figures, punctuation, spaces, and quotes. In the example, as you can see, all the letters are the small letters. Sentence case. It is only the first word that is capitalized in a sentence case. This is seen as a more informal style, and it is frequently employed in newspaper and online. It is only the first word that is capitalized in sentence case. This is a sample of typecase. On my right is a lowercase and on my left is a uppercase. Use uppercase and lowercase letters when readability is your first priority because this helps people recognize characters. The lack of ascenders and descenders makes it more difficult to read long text in all caps settings. Typeface for body copy, readability and legibility. Readability is the process of arranging fonts and words to make written text flow easily read and simple. Legibility. Legibility describes how clearly each letter may be distinguished from the others in a typeface or typesetting. Another meaning is legibility is how well you see the letter. Readability relates to how quickly you can read words in lengthy statements, depending on the reader's level of experience and how visible the text is. There are various needs in each situation. Here is the example of poor copy but great legibility. Although it's poor copy but it's quite easy to read compared to the other side, it has good copy but bad legibility. What makes it legible? There are three factors that contributes to legibility. First is weight. Second is stroke contrast. Third is X height. We start with weight. Reading is more challenging for extremely light and heavy weights. For precisely this reason, books are frequently typeset using book weight, also known as normal weight. Next is stroke contrast. Extreme stroke contrast can reduce legibility. This is especially true of modern designs such as Bodoni and Didot. Thin strokes can appear so thin when reproduced in print or on the web that they can become challenging to read when used too small at lower resolutions or for lots of text. Lastly, X height. The distance between the lowercase x and its baseline. The typeface is typically more readable at the higher the X height. Next, what makes it readable? There are three factors contributing to the readability. First, type size. Second, type spacing. And lastly, color contrast. Let's have a look what is type size. The more content that is set in a smaller font size, the harder it may be to read. This is especially true for elderly people, kids, and people who have vision problems. For this reason, while selecting a text size, the demographics of your intended audience should be taken into account. Next is type spacing. Readability is negatively impacted by close line spacing. The size, style, and X height of a typeface will all affect how much line spacing is required to increase readability. Make sure there is enough line space to maximize the readability. Next is color contrast. Make sure the font and its background have a sufficient amount of color contrast. Okay, now we have moved to second subtopic, which is letter and word spacing. Now we're going to learn about leading, kerning, and tracking. Here we go. Leading. Leading is a gap between lines of text. Line spacing, also referred to as leading or gap between lines of text, is expressed in pixels. Lines should of course be spaced regularly and sufficiently to make the text easy to read. The rising and falling letters in a text with thin leading appear squashed, which decreases legibility and detracts from the aesthetic appeal of the writing. Kerning. Kerning is a distance between two particular letters. Kerning is the practice of altering the space between two specific letters in typographic design. It is frequently employed in logo design and headline, as well as after tracking a typeface where certain letters may appear too far apart or too close together relative to others. The basic goal of kerning is to improve legibility by keeping proportion. Changing the spacing over the full word is called tracking. Tracking can be used to quickly and evenly modify the spacing between all of the letters once you've established the ideal distance between each one. Here the example. Okay, this is the sample of summary of kerning, spacing, tracking, and leading. I hope all the students understand what is the difference between kerning, spacing, tracking, and leading. Letter and word spacing, line length, alignment, and justification. Line length. The space between a text block left and right edges is known as the line length. Although they are a prevalent issue, excessively long lines are simple to fix, but shorter lines will significantly improve your layout legibility and professionalism. The average number of characters per line is the most practical approach to gauge line length. Because the amount of letters per inch depends on the font point size, measuring in inches or centimeters is less practical. Characters per line, however, can be used with any point size. Reading shorter line is more relaxing than longer lines. Next is alignment. The way text flows in relation to the rest of the page is known as alignment. It is always found in the column, table cell, text box, etc. The four primary alignments are justify, center, left, and right. Let's have a look at the example on the right side. The right align is text that align with a right edge. Left align is aligned with a left edge of text. Center align is text that align with a center edge. Here are the samples of alignment. You can see the differences between the left, center, and right. Justification. The distance between words is determined by justification. Increasing the space between words to occupy the complete line and align it with both the left and right edges is known as justified text. Let's have a look on the right side. The sample of justify align. You can see on the left is justified versus on the right left align. Finally, we have come to an end to the last topic, which is typeface reversal, reverse type, and light or heavy weights. Reverse type. Reversing type or setting light or white type on a darker background is a helpful approach to emphasize a point while also fostering the growth of a robust typographic hierarchy. A reverse headline can serve as enticing, attention-grabbing point of entry and invite the reader to look here before moving on to the other components. While utilizing reverse type, the objective is to provide interest and contrast without clashing with other elements or sacrificing readability and legibility. The following are the most crucial things to think about.